Ah, hell. I'm in the wrong game again. Hey guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. So if you know me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Tennis Ace. So, I'm still deciding who I'm going to pursue on my first run. I really like June, but I really also like Yuuichi. I think you can pursue the bunny guy. I'm having trouble remembering his name. Yeah, I mean, like, they're Japanese names. They're a little bit harder to remember than just plain old, like, normal American names and shit like that, because I'm from America. And we're used to names like John and Steve and, what else? Well, there's like 3 to 4 Johns where I work. Not a lot of imagination when it comes to names here. Oh, yes, Brandon, yes! But yeah, anyway, guys, sit back and enjoy. Let me entertain you for the next 20 minutes, and let's jump right in. Cute tiger boy, musical prodigy. He's a tiger version of Miko, maybe. Wow, the school's really big. We haven't even seen everything, and my legs are already trembling from all the walking. I think that's more to do with you being out of shape and less to do with the school's size. Though, I should probably hold off on saying something that tactless. Hey, Michimaya-san, what about the other side of the locker room? The other side? Ah, he's looking at the door at the volleyball courts. Wait, should I even let him go there in the first place? When I took him to the tennis court, he just kept walking around like a kid when in an amusement park, shouting things like, "So this is what a tennis court looks like, and it's so amazing!" He even took a few pictures. God knows what these are about. That's for the volleyball courts. I don't think I'm allowed to take you there, though. I'm not a member of that club. What about the tennis courts? Did you have permission to take me there? I think the big tennis bag I'm carrying with me should have been enough to tell him I'm a member, but this guy is apparently very dense. Huh? Well, I'm a member. Shouldn't the clothes and the big tennis bag I carry around have tipped you off to that? Wow, really? I never really watched a match live, but it totally looks like an awesome sport. I don't know any of the rules, though. God, too much. This guy is too much. He has way too much gas in his tank. I don't know how to deal with people like that. Yuuichi? Just as I hear a voice calling out to me, Shuichi's head peeks out from behind a couple of lockers. As soon as he notices me, he smiles and walks up to us. He's completely covered in sweat. His clothes look like they've been submerged in water. What are you doing here? I thought you had left already. He finally notices Kobayashi, who seems to have tried to hide behind me. Who's this? A new club member? Kobayashi's entire body goes stiff as he steps out from behind me. All of his motions have suddenly turned mechanic. I'm Jun Kobayashi. It's a pleasure to meet you. For some reason, he seems even more nervous around Shuichi than he was with me. Shuichi studies him for a few seconds, looking incredibly interested in him. Kobayashi, huh? If I'm not mistaken, you're the student I was asked to accompany today. Me? Kobayashi looks to be in shock, taking a step back and nearly choking on his own words. To be honest, even I'm a little surprised. Shuichi was asked to meet a new student? What for? You know about me? Yeah, one of the teachers was supposed to show you around school today, but she's called in sick. Since I'm the student council president, I was asked to do it in her stead, but, well, you never showed up. It's almost as if you were stabbed by an invisible arrow. Kobayashi's entire body shivers at Shuichi's merciless words. And here I waited for almost an hour, losing my first class of the day because you didn't show up. Gah! Another invisible arrow. You know, I really wish people would call beforehand if they happen to be late for something. It's not like everyone has infinite free time like some people, right? Ah! Oh god, poor guy. Kobayashi slumps his shoulder in defeat, mumbling a few incoherent apologies. The fact that Shuichi could say all that with that smile on his face, though. Scary, Shuichi, you're scary. Well, he says he got here a bit late and the gates were already closed, so it's not entirely his fault, right, Kobayashi-kun? Kobayashi nods. Yes, I'm sorry I was late. I had been living in a different town until recently and ended up getting lost. I'm so sorry to have inconvenienced you. In what is certainly an uncharacteristic moment for him, Shuichi examines Kobayashi as if he didn't know what to make of the situation. I guess I'm not the only one who gets thrown off his pace by this guy. Well, it's alright, I suppose. I was mostly joking anyway. They mostly joke at night. Mostly. It didn't look like you were! I've already been informed of your circumstances. If you want, I can give you a quick tour. Oh, no, it's alright. Michimaya-san already did. Shuichi looks at me, dumbstruck. Wait, Michimaya-kun helped? A stranger? Of his own free will? Seriously? Don't look so surprised about it. Yeah, I did. Got a problem with that? No, not at all. It was just really unexpected. Have you already taken him to the faculty office? The faculty office? Why would I take him there? Yuuichi stares at me in surprise. New students have to be assigned a teacher as their counselor when they join. You should know this, we did it 2 years ago. Oh, now that he mentioned it, I do remember something like that. Wait, is this why I'm always having to deal with Katsuragi-sensei? Sensei, I honestly don't remember. Oh, I completely forgot. You don't have to look at me with such disappointed eyes. It's not my fault, you know. I can't expect you to remember that. It was a whole 2 years ago. It's no problem. I mean, even if we don't get to finish everything today, he still helped a lot. Judging from Yuuichi's expression, I guess he even must be having serious problems coming up with things to say in this situation. He does tend to take his responsibilities quite seriously, so he's probably trying to figure out how much he can still do before school closes. Well, I guess it should be fine. I'll explain to the teacher in charge of admissions that you couldn't show up today. I'm sure she'll understand. There's not much we can do since all the teachers have already gone home, so just hang tight until tomorrow, okay? Actually, Kobayashi-san, would you mind if I borrow Michimaya-kun? I need to help him with something. Oh, it's fine, though I was looking forward to seeing the volleyball courts. It's fine if you want to. I can take you to the courts. I was gonna ask Michimaya. Yuuichi stumbles on his speech when saying my name. For some reason, he tends to treat everyone formally when around other students, even his own friends. Still, it sounds pretty weird to hear my last name come out of his mouth, and I'm sure it must have been even weirder for him to say it. Sorry, I'm not used to calling him by his last name. If it bothers you so much, why are you doing it? Yuuichi starts rubbing the back of his neck. You're supposed to use polite speech when you're first introduced to someone, after all. Stop being so stuck up and call me by my name. You're trying too much to sound like an adult. It's creepy and annoying. Kobayashi starts laughing. Yuuichi glares at me. I'm sorry. It's okay. It's okay. He takes a minute to steady his breathing before he tries to resume talking. If you feel uncomfortable calling him that, then you don't need to force yourself just because I'm around. Actually, I really hate polite speech. If you prefer, you can just call me Kun. Call me June. Kun, not Kun, June. I know I'd like it better if you did. Yuuichi ponders it for a second before nodding. Alright. In that case, you can just call me Yuuichi. No, June-kun bows excitedly. This time he doesn't look like a clockwork piece. Well, since that's out of the way, you can look at the volleyball courts all you want. I'm the only one around right now. I was actually hoping to get Yuuichi to help me with my training. Yuuichi looks at me expectantly. I think of backing out, but when I turn around, I see June-kun beaming with excitement. Alright, fine, but let's not take too long, okay? I was intending to go home soon. Yeah, no problem. June-kun starts strolling around, pointing and gasping at everything in sight, even a ball cart. Who gets excited over a ball cart? Yuuichi makes his way to the setter position. I see a pretty big pool of sweat beneath his feet. How long has he been practicing? Okay, Yuuichi, get into position and throw me the ball. This is a drill I've already done a ton of times. Since Yuuichi makes me help him with his practice constantly, I've learned quite a lot about volleyball. Also, I seem to be pretty decent at it. Well, I tend to be pretty decent at most things anyway. I throw the ball right over Yuichi's head. When it's a little above the net, he just jumps, tossing the ball into the air. I start running as soon as he jumps. I make sure of the ball's position, and I too jump towards it. I aim my spike just over the line. The ball hits the floor with a resounding wham! Right on the top of the line. Nice spike. Whoa! A deafening voice assaults my ears. How can you jump so high? And the sound the ball made when it hit your hand was so loud. Doesn't your hand hurt after hitting it like that? And how did you aim it so close to the line and... Now, how about we time out for a bit? Even Yuuichi is taken aback by this sudden outburst of excitement. I've only met him today and I'm already having a hard time dealing with it. And he studies in the same class as me. This is a pretty simple thing if you train your legs. Yuuichi might not have to jump as often as a volleyball player, but he still has very strong legs from playing tennis. This is nice music. Nice and relaxing. As for if it hurts his hand, I guess you could say that it stings a bit, but I'm not sure if I can call it painful. Aiming is just a matter of practicing a lot, too. Now, mind if we continue? Please do! Yuuichi hands me another ball. God, I can feel Kobayashi's eyes on me right now. He really is watching intently. I toss the ball to Yuuichi again and we repeat the drill. It goes over his head, and right when it's at the top of the net, he jumps and tosses the ball whilst in midair. Yuuichi tosses are incredibly accurate and easy to spike. He's the sort of setter that prioritizes easy-to-spike tosses. As such, he's very well liked by his team. He's already considered the best setter in our prefecture, maybe even in the whole country, though it'd be hard to tell for sure. Despite how good he is, the rest of his team is only average, so they've only managed to qualify for the national tournament once. He'd rarely be mad at me if I said it out loud, though. We keep doing this drill for a while. Every now and then, June stops us to ask questions. At first, he was only asking us about things about volleyball, but... So, how long have you guys known each other? He's starting to get way too personal. Yuuichi doesn't seem fazed by it in the slightest. Well, it probably doesn't take too long for a guy as sociable as Yuuichi to adapt to this sort of thing. In fact, he's in a really good mood, constantly smiling and going with whatever June asks. Let me see. I guess it's been about 12 years, right, Yuuichi? I guess it would be something like that, yeah. Wow, that's a long time to get to know each other. We met during our sports club's training camp. Turned out that both of us went to the same club but had never met since we played different sports. We hadn't shared a seat in the bus back then. It looks like he is reminiscing. Come to think of it, I hadn't really paid much attention to how long we've known each other for, but when I think about it, I barely do anything without Yuuichi these days. When I think of it, it's almost like I have a younger brother. I see what you mean, but why am I the younger brother? I'm older than you. You get to be the older brother when you learn to take care of yourself without inconveniencing other people. God! It must be nice being so close with someone. I don't have any friends, not since I last switched schools anyway. Yuuichi smiles. Just the atmosphere around him is already helping keep the shy and jumping new guy in a better mood. He's just so good with people that others can't help but relax around him. You shouldn't worry too much. If you want, you can just hang out with us. You're the same class as Yuuichi anyway, right? Of course. Thank you very much. And just like that, it seems we've adapted a stray cat. Adopted, not adapted. We spend almost an hour helping Yuuichi practice. Hey, Yuuichi, would you mind waiting around for me? I'll just towel myself off and get changed. Sure. Well, I guess I'll get going now. It's already pretty late. Shuichi-san, thanks for your help. Good kid. Junakun bows and takes his leave. Yuuichi, you're so easy to read. You're obviously annoyed that he added san, aren't you? I did tell him to drop the honorifics, didn't I? You were acting very formal around him. Poor guy's probably confused. Well, I guess that's true. He's a pretty interesting boy, though. Yeah, tell me about it. A little too hyper for me. Really? I find it endearing. I sit down on one of the benches and wait around until Yuuichi is done getting dressed. It got so late while we were goofing around that it's already gotten dark. By the way, Yuuichi, how did you get to stay so late in the courts? I noticed that no one came around to close it. I got the keys from my coach. I thought they didn't allow students to stay at school after class. Of course they do. All you have to do is ask nicely and sign a term of responsibility. Sorry, I'm not cut out for that sort of thing. What? Not cut out for being a normal person? Anyway, did you have fun on your first day? Meh, it's the same as every year, really. Well, I thought you'd be a little more excited after practice. You had a great practice match today and you didn't even care about it. I wouldn't say it I didn't care, it's just, I don't even know. It didn't give me the usual thrill. Yuuichi cuts in front of me, forcing me to stop. When I start asking him what he's doing, he flicks me in the forehead. You've been like that for the past 3 years already. It needs to stop. It's not healthy. Right up at the spot, he flicked me. Damn, that stung. Been like what? Can you at least try to make sense? How dense can you be? It's obvious for me since I've been watching you play since we were kids. You have something on your mind, don't you? What is it? I don't know. If there's anything going on with me, it's certainly not intentional. You think I like making almost no progress in practice? So you've noticed your slow development. Of course I noticed. How dumb would I have to be in order not to? It's so frustrating. I see players that were clearly weaker than me 2 or 3 years ago suddenly beat me with ease. And that, of course, only makes me even more anxious. Yuuichi scratches his head in confusion. I guess I know what you mean. Tennis is a pretty lonely sport. You've only got yourself to rely on. That's why I like volleyball. Your teammates are always there to cover for you and help you along if you're having difficulty. The way I see it, I could be playing my best and clearly be the best player and yet still lose because my team dragged me down. That's what's been happening to you. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. What did you say? Nothing. We walk along in silence for a few minutes. I'm usually pretty bad with words. At times like this, I usually rely on Yuuichi to keep the conversation going. If he goes quiet too... Sorry. Huh? What for? I know you're uncomfortable talking about this, so we shouldn't have said anything. It's fine. To be honest, Katsuragi-sensei always saying the same thing. She says I stopped trying to excel. She's not entirely wrong either. I'll admit, I used to try a lot harder before, both in tennis and in school. I guess I just lost my drive. Wow, you shouldn't worry about it too much. Even if you're like this now, you're aware of your faults and are working to change. I'm sure things will work out. Always the optimist, huh? I try. Shuichi wraps his arms over my neck and pulls me closer, petting my head. I let him have his fun for a while. I guess I'm in a good mood. He does take the concept of skinship a little too far sometimes, though. Before I notice, we're almost at my house. Damn it, it was so pleasant that I completely zoned out. You can let go of me now. Oh, feeling self-conscious? No, I just think I've already let you have enough fun. We're even now. I think you were having way more fun than I was. Don't make me hit you. Heh, sure thing. He pulls away from me. By the way, I know I sound like a broken record, but this is our last year of high school. It'd be a shame if we spent it freaking out about the future. Let's just take things one step at a time, okay? Sure, and I guess I should consult with a few coaches about a new training program. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. A change of routine might actually help you with that psychological block of yours. Why don't you ask one of your sponsors to get you a personal coach? Nah, I don't want them to think they've got too much power over me. They already send your equipment and help pay for your travel expenses. Pretty safe to say they've got a lot of power over you and they know it. Oh, shut up. Shuichi grins. Well, not that it matters anyway. I'm sure there are lots of professional coaches in Japan that would like to work with you. Plus, almost all the players in the country would jump at the opportunity of practicing with you. Oh, now that he mentioned it, I'm pretty sure I heard something about an exchange program. Oh, that's right. Actually, I kind of just remembered, but there are a few tennis clubs out of our prefecture holding an exchange program. The minimum requirement is being ranked 12 or higher on the Kanto Junior ranking. Does that mean Tanabe would be participating too? Takagi Tanabe is the current #1 player in the U18 circuit. I've known him since I first played against him on the U13 Kanto tournament. We've already faced each other over 20 times, but I've never beaten him, not even once. I think so. His club is the one organizing it. Is the one organizing it all. That's great then. Why don't you go? What's your ranking in Kanto right now? 3, 4, 2. And I don't know if I should. I mean, I definitely could get a good amount of practice, but I'm afraid I might psych myself out if I meet him there. You're refusing the opportunity of practicing against the best player in the country. You. This is more serious than I thought. Your heart's turned to glass. Shut up, I'm not afraid of it or anything, Honestly, I might actually be scared. I have avoided playing Keisuke all this time for no reason other than him reminding me of Takagi. Maybe I really do have a block. Shuichi examines me with a concerned look. Well, you don't have to worry about it too much. Whether you decide to go or not, you'll still have good practice partners over here. You can always use your Urushihara as your Tanabe proxy. Kekken's skills aren't nearly as refined as Takagi's. Ouch! Poor Urushihara. Well, we're here. Sorry I can't stay for a while. I have some stuff I need to work on right away. Tell Aki-kun and your mama said hi. Sure, message me if you need anything. Of course. Shuichi waves at me without turning back and keeps walking away. It's a good thing he lives so close, but it tends to get annoying when he pops in without warning. Mom! Aki, I'm home! Mom's shoes aren't here. Maybe she's out? I hear footsteps coming from the stairs. My little brother, Akiyoshi, walks down. Aw, he's adorable! Oh, Aki, you're home already, huh? What do you mean already? What kind of voice should I do for him? What do you mean already? It's pretty late. By the way, Mom said she'd be late again, so you'll have to cook. Straight to the point, huh? You're right. I'll get right to it. I'm sorry you had to wait for me. It's fine. I figured you'd be staying late for practice anyway. Well, it wasn't because of practice, but if he's okay with it, I won't complain. What do you want me to cook for you? Just some rice would be fine. I don't really care. You're telling me you went to practice today, worked up a sweat, and all you want to eat is rice. You need to eat properly if you want to get stronger. God, you're starting to sound like Mom. Hey, I'm telling you this as an athlete to an inspiring athlete. You need to watch what you eat. What are you going to do if you go to the 3rd set and you can't even run anymore? I'm 12. We don't play 3-set matches yet. Yeah, I can't tell how fucking old he is. It's kind of hard to tell, because fur! You will someday. You might as well start working up your stamina right now. Alright. Just make whatever you want. Time goes by pretty fast when I'm cooking and chatting with Aki. He seemed to really want to talk, seeing how I could barely get a word in. It was all about tennis, too. By the time I finished cooking, he was still talking like there was no tomorrow. It started getting him to shut up once he gets started. Was I this passionate about it when I was his age? Probably. Oh wow, it's already 10:30 p.m. I told Aki I'd go to sleep just a little while after him, and he's already been gone for over an hour. Ugh, blasted video games always distracting me. I heard the sound of the door opening. Oh, hello there. I see my mom coming in. Once she sees me, she looks surprised. Oh, Yuuichi, you're still awake. Did you make dinner for Akiyoshi and you? Is everything okay? Yeah, everything's fine, Mom. You don't have to freak out every time you come home late. Aki's already gone to bed. I'm sorry, sweetie. You know I worry about you, too. Oh, and by the way, I got a call from one of your teachers today. What? He said you forgot a racket at the locker room? Honestly, you should be more careful. You know those have been custom made for you. So, sorry. Phew! For a second there, I thought she'd spoken to Katsuragi-sensei. No, wait, there's something wrong with what she just said. That's weird. I always check my bags before leaving, and I had everything with me. I pick up my tennis bag near the door and check it over again. Yep, everything's there. Who's the teacher that called you? Ooh. I think his name was Mina Mikado? Hold on, I know I wrote it down somewhere. Lies! Mikado Amanuma? Ooh, this is gonna be good. Alright guys, I'm gonna pause it right there. Ooh. What's going on here? Got a little bit of a problem rising up. Got some tension bubbling to the surface. This ought to be interesting. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been another episode of Tennis Ace. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a super thanks if you can. It always helps. And until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!